So we are exactly 22 days away from the NBA draft, and you're probably thinking, why does it matter? Sixers don't got a first round pick. Yes, we do.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we got some breaking news. Now, I don't know what Daryl Morey's going to do with it. Is he going to draft somebody? Will he use it to flip? If we end up moving to Tobias, what are we going to do with Harden? But we do got a first-round pick to either draft a player and or use in a trade package. But before we get into today's topic, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification so you know when these videos drop or when we go live. We'll be having a couple Sixers live leading up to the draft and for free agency. But this was written by Keith Pompey. The Sixers will keep their first-round pick in this month's NBA draft. The team originally sent the unprotected pick to the Brooklyn Nets as a part of the blockbuster deal for James Harden before the February trade deadline. However, the Nets had the option to defer the pick and take the Sixers' unprotected 2023 first-round pick instead. Brooklyn decided to do the latter before Wednesday 5 p.m. deadline to make the decision, according to ESPN. And right now, it's about 5:30. So I got the news, and I had to come tell you guys. I think it's a good thing because I think this offseason is a make or break offseason. Now, we heard Joel Embiid, as we know him as Joel Embiid, say during the Miami Heat series, they need another star, and everybody got into a frantic, is Joel Embiid going to one out? Is he going to one out? He's just part of the city. I don't see him ever wanting out, just to be honest, but you never know how far a guy could be pushed. So, we got to give him some help. With that being said, Daryl Morey has been known to make big splashes, whether they work or not work, right? Harden to Houston worked. Russell Westbrook to Houston didn't work. Harden to Philly looked good, but it low-key didn't work. Now, there's been talk about him moving Tobias Harris to spread the wealth of his contract, and that's going to be a little difficult. You'll probably need a 3-team trade. Got to match salaries in the third. But we got to replace Danny Green, who looks to be, not retiring, but going to be hurt for the majority of this upcoming season. What do? We need to get younger. We need to get more athletic. Now, let me just say this real quick. Tyrese Maxey was pick number 21 to the Philadelphia 76ers. We have pick number 23. I should have said that to open this, but the Sixers will be picking at number 23. Jordan Poole is playing in the NBA final alongside of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. He was a first-round pick number 28. Emmanuel Quickley, a guy who played with Maxey out of Kentucky, who's pretty nice, was 25. So I think 21 Maxey, 25 Quickley, 28 Jordan Poole. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy pick because the guy got to fall to you. And part of the reason why Maxey fell was because of COVID. The games couldn't get played. If he would have been able to be scouted and looked at that last final season, oh, no way the Kentucky guard would have been there at 21 for the Sixers to pick him. But this also can be used as this year trade piece. Again, Joel Embiid eventually got to be healthy, right? The card just got to fall right. It has to. He played too hard this season and is in his prime. We got to get a healthy Embiid and talent on his team. Now, we'll be talking some free agents on this channel, too, because guys like Gary Harris, Taurean Prince, Trey Burks, there's some decent guards, small forwards, even power forwards out there. Levine's a unrestricted a free agent. We got to see what goes on with that. There's some guys out there, I think, all-star level, and that solid, can fringe start, but can be a good piece off the bench. Better than Shake, better than Korkmaz, and pretty much better than Niang because he was good throughout the regular season, but was bad during the postseason. So, again, pick number 23. Is it more valuable to draft a guy or to use as a trade piece? Again, we still don't know what we're going to do with Tobias Harris. Daryl Morey looks like he's trying to run it back. Looks like he's trying to allow Harden, or he's trying to get Harden to take a little bit lesser than his player option. He wants Harden on his team. I don't know, for 1 year player option, and then we figure it out, which I think you got to do. You can't give this guy a max deal with how he played at the end of the season. Yes, he still gets assists, and yes, he's a decent player, but not max contract worthy. We gave Ben one, didn't deserve it, right? We gave Tobias one, didn't deserve it. You got to give it to the guys who deserve it, right? Look at the best players in the league. They deserve it. If you're not the best players in the league, you just don't deserve it. Harden most likely will be back on the team for what? I don't know. Tobias looks like he's coming back. Doc Rivers coming back. Daryl Morey wants to run it back. And if you're telling me we run it back, but somehow we get room on the bench for Gary Harris's of the world, then I'm not as mad. I just still think you need to shake something up. You got to shake something up, especially with Doc Rivers, right? He can't do it. He doesn't play the young guys. So get a 28, 29-year-old who's not 35, but maybe has Doc Rivers' ear to play him in crucial minutes. I think Tyrese Maxey's going to take a jump. I think there's a lot of things that are going to happen this offseason. OG Anunoby could possibly be on the trade block. Could a first-round pick come in there? Before we get any farther, let me know in the comments section. Now that we will be drafting at 23, do you think Daryl Morey should draft a guy at 23? Or should we try to use this for OG Anunoby? Should we try to replace some of the players? Because Danny Green was a starter. Matisse Thybulle can't go back to starting. He's not good enough. The Bulls are interested in Matisse Thybulle. We got to replace Danny Green. You got to replace the whole dang bench. So, yes, I'm looking to move Tobias if you get the right pieces, but we still got so much more we got to figure out. So let's just say Tobias is on the team. Harden and Embiid and Maxey. That's 4. You need a 5th starter and at least a couple quality bench players, and maybe Shake and Furkan can get you to the regular season. I guess not really. I'm tired of it. And so are you. Decisions. Harden decision, Harris decision, draft pick decision, Thybulle decision, free agent decision. This is a very important offseason. Because the Celtics ain't getting any worse anytime soon. The Bucks, right? The Bulls, depending on what happens there. Like, teams are getting better. And we're looking like if you fail this offseason, who knows how much more it can go boom. Even though one of the biggest problems, I believe, is just Doc Rivers' ability to adjust on the fly and go with the flow. Too stubborn, too hard-headed. Did he develop Maxey a little bit? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was the coaching staff. I mean, there was some decent things throughout the season, but ultimately, when he gets something that he has to push back on, he can't do it. He doesn't respond right. And the Lakers never wanted him. The Lakers hired somebody who was exactly opposite, a younger guy who likes to develop young guys, not an old defensive-minded guy who's stuck in the past. Like, 50-win season or not, the way we went out the last 2 playoff series, one being horrible against Atlanta and the other one against Miami with injuries, but you never really felt comfortable with Doc Rivers. And I don't know how we're ever going to feel comfortable, but it starts with shoring up the squad. Shoring up the squad. So on that note, leave all your thoughts in the comment section on Tobias Harris, James Harden, the 23rd overall pick. Spend it on a youngster. Use it on a veteran with Matisse and Harris and this and that, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. I need to see some light at the end of the second round tunnel. The second round tunnel is so real, and the light is really little. Give me a reason that you think would make us feel we can get out the second round. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.